right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the NFC champions, the New York Giants. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it is our extreme privilege to be on hand for the Super Bowl. And I can't help but look down on this field, partner, and think about the history of this game and all the great players, all the great teams that have stood on the field for this moment. So special.
This game is so historic that while we call it the Super Bowl now, that wasn't even the name of the first couple. It was the AFL NFL World Championship game before the Super Bowl really took hold. And think about the Green Bay Packers winning the first two that got us kicked off and started towards where we are today.
And with the whole world watching, at the end of this game, at the end of tonight, one of these two sides, they get to etch their name in NFL immortality.
No doubt about it. They hold up the ultimate symbol of victory in this league, the Lombardi Trophy.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
They can't hang with us. Hey, switch gears. Check Leo. Choose.
Taylor. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Ricky. He's coming. We got double up. Get it.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Ready.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Let's go, baby. Hey, team 6. Mike.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now a give, right side. Taylor. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a give, right side. It's Taylor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Okay, ready? He's coming. Check in. Watch the pass. Check. Switch. Look at me. Go. Hey, Sam off. Lee Griffin.
They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Come on, set. 30 base. 4 down. Show it. You draw Porter. Hey, exit.
On 1st and 10, Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he is out of bounds up past the 10. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing Jones. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 22 yards there, a first down.
When the spotlight is at its brightest, and let's face it, it's the Super Bowl, those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
Definitely going to live on forever with him, that's for sure.
No doubt.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards, good for a giant first down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Here we go. Set. 10-2 stop. Hey, Haywood. Number 16's coming. 2.
To throw again. Jones. That's complete to Slayton. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. Looked like man coverage, able to read it there on the outside for the completion. That'll be something to track as the game goes along here.
It certainly will, and there's so many different ways that they will try to figure out whether they're in man or zone. Sometimes you'll run a guy in motion to see if someone runs with him. Other times you'll empty out the backfield, spread it out, and see if everyone comes out and matches up. In any event, anytime you see man coverage, you tell your guys you got to win those matchups, because if you do, you'll get the football and probably for a nice game.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help, because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Jaguars' 10-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready up. 16. Check back 16. 80 weapon. Let's go. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Touchdown, Jaguars! A great play there. Taking it in as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quentin Williams, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Hey, high 7. Ready, ready.
Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Quentin Williams, his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The give to Taylor. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Ready, set. Let's get it. Set.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running.
Come on,
They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Get it.
On 1st down, Taylor. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
He'll
look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Hey, box truck, box truck. Check back 16, check back 16.
Jones throwing on 1st down. And the catch made by Hopkins. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones to Barkley on the check down. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him at first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run with Barkley. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. On 1st down, Barkley. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Jaguars' 25-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, these 2 teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On second down, here's Barkley. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
Pilot, 64, weak.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
60 outlaw. Hey, orbit. Yep. 16's coming. Check Mike. Check Mike. Bring it. Bring it. Mike 16. Mike 16. Big grip. Big grip.
Here's Jones on first down. And that's Elliott, complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Come on,
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, Delta.
Now Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Hey, lock it. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Let's go.
Now a give, right side. Taylor. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That's it, baby.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Let it. Here we go. Right, right, right. He's tight on you. Tight on the right. Tight on the right. 3 down. 3 down.
They run with Taylor. 20. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead is now 14-10. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I get confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
General West.
Throwing on 1st down. Jones. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
Greystone travel.
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
80 weapon. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Big grip. Big grip.
On the run, it's Barkley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Quinnen Williams bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun, Jones. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
A very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor, and 3 yards there, takes him to the 45. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check back 16. Check back 16. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Get it.
Jones now. Going to throw again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Quinnen Williams make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
And that's a Super Bowl record, his 4th sack of the game. I think we got to start thinking seriously about making him the Super Bowl MVP as well.
I think you're right. With him leading in the driver's seat, he certainly has a shot. Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And take it right on the 30. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Now a give, right side. Taylor, and this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Jones, throwing again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns, able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check back 16. Check back 16. Pick me up. Here we go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got him in. Complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 42 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Quinnen Williams in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Quinnen Williams in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Jones operating from the gun. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down.
Hey, I-7. Motion, watch 10.
Jones now throwing on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Taylor. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And the Jaguars have done it. Jacksonville, the Super Bowl champions. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen,